everyone, I'm Umehani and welcome to the second video of the series Lockdown, a Pleasure or Pain. So today I have a very special guest, and this guest is not a guest for me. She is my mentor. Her name is Aarti Ahuja. So Aarti is a very enthusiastic facilitator. She is a soft skill trainer by profession, and she's been associated with the hospitality industry for a very long time. Aarti has an experience of nearly 2 decades now. She is an MBA graduate in operations management. She's also done her BTech in food technology. Aarti is a mentor and a guide for a lot of budding trainers. She's also a personal coach. Aarti is also an advisor to a lot of startups. She is also associated with an NGO and she is certified in personal safety and sexuality trainings. Oh my God, there's so much that I can talk about Aarti. And if I have to talk about Aarti, I'm going to take the entire day. So I would like to start the session. So Aarti, are you there?
Thank you so much, Hani, for inviting me. I think you have made the list too long. Now I have to live up to the expectations. So a very warm welcome to all the viewers who are watching me and Hani. And yes, I've known Hani for quite some time. Thanks for inviting me. And it's a great honor to be addressing to you people on the art of startups.
Thank you so much. So just want to let all of you know that, like I said earlier, this is a series which I have started to help people during the lockdown. And today's topic is startups and freelancing. And since Aarti is into this profession from a very long time, I requested her if she can just come and help me and my viewers with this particular topic, because I do understand that a lot of people are currently unemployed because of the pandemic. We have either lost our jobs or we're looking out for better alternatives. And we have a lot of things in mind, but then we really don't know how to go about. So I thought that Aarti is one of the best person to come up and talk about this, because she is an advisor to a lot of startups. So Aarti, I just want to tell you that if you can give us a little bit of insight about the world of startups.
Ani, so this is an ideal time where many people have lost their jobs, and to be self-reliant and to be your own boss is something which is a pleasure. So there are some things which I really believe, and I have created my own ideology around that. So I believe in some of the 5 P's, which I really follow. So the first P, which I will mention to you, is being very proactive. So when you are looking for a startup, you'd have to think of an idea which might run in 2025, and not necessarily if it will fade out today, then this is not going to work. So the second P is persistence. You will fall, get up again, start up again. Persistence is the key here to success for anything, not only for a startup. Third thing, nothing comes easy. Practice. And the fourth thing, you need to perform. So that's my 4 P. So I believe in one statement. I love this saying that plans are nothing, planning is everything. If we keep on making plans and we don't make it actionable, it is not going to work. And last P for me to remember, that is perfection, which I don't believe in. Neither relationships are perfect, neither ideation is perfect, nothing is perfect. So the key is be flexible, be adaptable, you change. Like right now in COVID, we are sitting in front of a laptop and we are talking. So changes that has to be adaptable. So these are certain things, just keep in mind, believe in yourself. I'll just roughly share my screen, a few stages of startup. It's a lot of depth, but we can just roughly see the stages of a startup. So viewers, you can see my screen.
Yes. So while Aarti is sharing the screen, I just wanted to tell the viewers, I just loved one of the P's that she said, that no one is perfect. So I think one thing that all of us need to keep in mind, when we are starting with a new business, is that it's okay to fail, right? Aarti, what do you have to say? It's okay to fail, right? I mean, it kind of helps us to get a better business idea, right? Do you have anything?
Yeah, and It is absolutely okay. So if you are confused, welcome. That is the first step. So anxious, confusion, okay to fail, that is where you will think more. So that's a lot of courage that you need to have when you're trying anything new, for that matter of fact. So these are some preliminary stages of a startup. As you can see the screen, first have a vision in your mind. Where do you want to reach? What market that you want to target? And then plan accordingly. So that's your pre-startup stage. So that is your ideation, concepting. Then your commitment stage, you finally started developing a product. So there is one idea where you think it'll really work. So you have created a prototype. So that's the validation, commitment stage. So you'll require a lot of hard work, because at that point of time for startups, funding is very less, resources are very limited. And then finally the scale. So when you will, that is the time when you think, okay. So it's like I always give an analogy that earlier you are inviting people to enter the door. So when the door keeps on now coming, people keep coming on their own, at that point of time, you know that, yes, I have reached somewhere. So these are certain stages of startup that we need to follow, and scaling and taking it forward.
Right. So according to you, what do you think is a good business idea?
Okay, that's a very valuable question. So many of people ask me, is this idea going to work? And people are nervous. Is it a good business idea? So few things that we need to remember. Whenever we are looking for an ideation, I'm just going to my next slide for the viewers to see. So whenever we are looking for a business idea, look for the problems outside. Don't look for solutions. That is something which you need to focus. So as a customer, you also have 10 problems. So when you can see the graph, there are a lot of ideas, blue dots, which are concentrated there. So they are definitely good ideas, but they'll be good ideas for companies which are bigger companies. Like, I'll give you an example. There was a time when mobile batteries were fading out and people were saying, okay, let us develop a mobile with the batteries backup should be very, very strong. Now, definitely a very good business idea, but not a good business idea for a startup, because the bigger companies will have better funding, better resources. So as a startup, you need to think for a valuable idea, which you can see those two dots, where the quality of solution should be strong and the quality of issue also should be strong. So think of that unique. So the idea which looks bad at, I'll stop sharing the slide now. So the idea which looks bad at a moment might be a brilliant idea. I'll give you an example. I think you must have heard about Apoor Mehta. He is a startup company, and Instacart is launched by him in 2012. So this person was working in Amazon, and he gave Amazon an idea that he hated buying groceries. So he thought, if somebody can get me groceries home, that will be brilliant. So he gave this idea to Amazon. Amazon rejected the idea. So it was a bad business idea according to Amazon. But he had the conviction, the belief in himself that this idea will work. So he started working on it. It's a very, very successful, he's a billionaire, and it's a very, very successful chain, which is running in United Nations and Canada. And the startup idea is brilliant there, and he is making money because other people didn't think that this idea would work. So sometimes a bad business idea might be a brilliant business idea because other people are not even looking at that business idea.
So since we're talking about ideas, and I think the example that you shared is just amazing. So, since we're talking about ideas, I just wanted to check with you, are there any ideas that we should avoid?
Yeah, there are certain ideas. One, don't get into too much of a niche, and don't enter to a market where there is a fierce competition. Like there were certain people who wanted to deliver milk and they wanted to deliver groceries home to home, but there are bigger milk basket is there, Daily Ninja is there, they faded out. So look for ideas which don't look too fancy, simple business idea which you can carry out. Certain things that you need to look when you're doing an ideation, the idea should be crazy. Something with brilliant idea like a chai point. More of the Indians drink tea rather than coffee, but we are following the rat race and opening coffee chains after coffee chains. Chai Point made it fabulous. Idea was fabulous. Nobody believed that we can deliver tea at home. They came up with that idea. So the idea should be really, really crazy. That is one. Second thing which we need to think that the resources that you have maybe are underutilized. So this Airbnb, Brian Chesky started as a co-founder of this company. He was finding very difficult to pay the rents. He had one room available in his home. He said, let me rent it out. Again, one crazy idea, who will come and sleep in a stranger's house? But at that point of time, people didn't have funds, recession had hit, the idea clicked. And this idea really, really worked. So using the resources which were there, so he already had a room. So started building on this idea. Then look out for defragmentation, where there is a lot of information, put it into one platform, like Zomato does. So that is, put all the information, make it accessible to them. Then try to bridge between the supply and the demand. Sometimes the demand is too much, supply is not there. Like your online laundries. Who will wash the entire clothes, press it up? There were local dhobi walas, but there were never people thought of concept of online laundries to such a big extent. They are doing fabulous. So this is another brilliant business idea. Another thing that you need to work on is sometimes combination of things. Like the style cracker box. You would have heard Alia Bhatt getting associated with that. So the style cracker box, what do they do? They provide you series of things together, right? You don't have to buy a fabric. They do the designing. They design the clothes according to your body type and the accessories. So many headaches removed. The entire box comes, and you know what jewelry to wear, what accessories to carry. Problem solved. So these are certain things that you need to look when you are looking for an idea.
So all this is fine. I mean, this is all just great, but we have seen one thing that a lot of times, in fact, majority, I would say 90% of these startups generally fail. So what do you have to say about this? I mean, why do 90% of the startups fail?
Yeah, Hani, you're absolutely right. In fact, not 90, there have been studies, 93% of the startups have been failing. And the reason for it is people develop the product, but there is no market need for that. And sometimes the timing is very, very long. Right now, we are in COVID times. You have launched a product, it might collapse. So it's not that industries are not doing well. Certain people are really, really doing very well in the COVID time. Just need to think, what are the threats? SWOT analysis is very important. What are the threats? What are the opportunities? So need for the market, understand the market is very, very important. Because if you have the product and nobody's going to buy that product, then it's of no use. So what is the market? That you need to study.
Right. Now, since you're talking about market, I had another question related to market. So we all know a little bit about market segment, right? I mean, would you like to tell us a little more details about market segmentation?
So what market segmentation is like, if you're designing a product, you need to first understand your target market. So if you design your product according to the target market, by target market means I'm targeting at something like McDonald's is targeting at kids. They're everything like from a Happy Meal or a CCD is targeting at the youth or the business clients. Family people, if I take my parents for a cup of coffee in CCD, which is 150, 200, they'll say, I'll make a better cup of coffee. So the target market, you need to really, really understand. Market segmentation can be done on geographical location, based on gender, demography, lifestyle of people, economic power of people. So once you've understood that this is my niche, this is my target market, then you develop all your strategies according to that. And marketing is very, very important. Right now, we are in your digital world of marketing. We are all adapting and change is necessary. Earlier, I would launch my programs in newspapers and things like that. Recently, everybody is learning. Over 20 years of experience, Hani said a lot about me, but something which I am also learning. Instagram, I just opened in my lockdown period and I realized the importance of digital marketing. So people are digitally going and seeing everything digitally. So that is how you realize the importance and market the product very well.
True. So now we are aware about the market segmentation, we are aware about ideation, but how about funding? I think a lot of young entrepreneurs, they have challenges in knowing where do the funds come from, how much funding do I need? So is there anything that you want to say about funding?
Yeah, funding is a very big detailed topic, but if we have to tell you in short, something which as a youngster or a young entrepreneur, I have all my ideas, I have done my studies, okay, this idea is really going to work, but what about my funds? So you get stuck, how much funds are required? So there are some stages of funding. First is the seed capital. That is like you have some money from your father, friends, that's the seed capital initially you invest. Then the second stage is your angel investors. So there are certain, why angel, we call them angels, they come and invest because they've liked in your product and they think that this is going to be successful without too much of expectations. But yes, they also nobody wants money to be lost. Third thing, when the business idea starts, taking up, prototyping is happening. There's something called as minimum viable product. You have prepared the project and you think it is ready to go live. Venture capitalists come into play. So venture capitalists, after venture capitalists, that is 4-5 years where you're doing quite big. If they're investing 1%, one part, they expect 3 to 4 parts going back to them. Then they exit, and then come your private equity. Bigger companies like Tesla, they work on private equity. So this is the journey of funding, how you start. But for the recent one, there's seed capital and your angel investors, and then slowly on the way.
I think the biggest challenge with all of us is that we're not aware about the legal aspects. Whenever we are opening our own business, we are hardly aware about the legal part. So is there anything that you want to tell about the legal aspects of a startup?
Yeah, definitely. And it also depends, legal aspects depends from one business to another. Suppose I want to open a restaurant, we need a food license. I want to open with a bar, I need liquor license. If I want an e-commerce happening, or we want a company to be registered, registration of a company is important. Copyrights are important. Privacy issues are important, because if I have designed a logo, I have designed a brand name from my company and somebody else copies it, then I'm going to lose my customers. And where will I file a fraud case? So it's very important to register your company. So for every business, the legal aspects will be different. And if suppose you are a real estate person or you're developing a thing, then you have to see how much property you can develop, how much open area. So every government have different regulations. So you need to follow and abide the legal aspects as well.
I think you've given us great insights on startups, but I also know the fact that you are a freelancer and you've been into this industry from a very, very long time. There are a lot of budding freelancers who are my viewers. So is there any tips that you would like to give to all my freelancers who are watching this show?
Definitely, honey, because I love freelancing and people tell me, why don't you join full time? And I am a free bird. I take my own decisions. Definitely there are pros and cons, but something I have attached to, I'm attached to some 4 to 5 organizations. So I get my work from there. They give me workshops and they tell me, the only thing here a catch is to maintain a proper scheduler. So I have to schedule. So one client is calling, I have to fix up, and then another client I cannot cancel. So there are some work ethics that you need to follow and be proactive. If you think a bigger contract is going to come and a bigger thing is going to come, then you hold on, and how to say no to people. So that balance is very, very important. But you can take your own ops. It is very flexible, but there are times you have to work really crazy. You have back-to-back assignments. So this is one way. Other people, okay, if I would have registered, then I would have my own startup and my own company. But I am a free bird. I like to join with so many other organizations and then work like that. So I've been doing this from like 2 decades, and it has been really, really well working for me.
Great. Thank you so much, Aarti. I think it was a very, very insightful session, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm sure even my viewers are going to enjoy it. And I really, really hope that all the tips that have been shared by Aarti is going to help all of you in starting your own business, or even if you want to be a freelancer. So, Aarti, I just wanted to, okay, this is too much to ask, honestly, but I just wanted to ask because, a lot of times, even after watching a video, there will be a lot of questions that will be there in the mind. So just in case, because I'm not an expert into this field, so just in case anyone who's watching this video wants to get in touch with you or needs any further help, is there any way that they can contact you? Can they approach you on your social media handles if you're fine with it? I mean, is that fine with you?
Yeah, definitely, honey. As a mentor, I'm always ready to help the young entrepreneurs, and I am actually consulting and advising 2 or 3 of my students, and I've helped them in this COVID time, and they are doing really, really well. So would love to help. So you can follow me on my social handles. So you're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I'll love to answer all your queries. Most welcome.
That's so kind of you. Trust me. I mean, no one would actually do that, but that's seriously so good of you. So what I'll do is I will put up all your social media details down in the description box. So anyone who's watching this video wants to get in touch with Aarti, then you can get in touch with her on her social media handle. She's been really kind. So all the details are given in the description box. You can definitely contact her. And I can vouch for it that she's very, very helpful by nature, because like I said in the beginning, she's my mentor and she has a lot to do in grooming and shaping me as a trainer. So thank you so much, Aarti, for coming today and removing time from your valuable schedule. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Hani, for inviting me to this wonderful platform. I'm so happy that so many young entrepreneurs will get inspired and they'll start something of their own. And your YouTube channel is doing really, really great. And you yourself are spreading so much positive energy during this lockdown. We need more and more people like you. God bless you there.
Thank you so much. And for all of you viewers, if you liked today's video on startups and freelancing, then do not forget to share this video with your friends and family. I'm sure there will be a lot of people in the world who are looking out for alternative business options. And I'm sure this video is going to definitely help them out. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I want you to subscribe right now. And trust me, I will be coming up with more informative videos. If you have any topic in mind which you would like me to address, then do not forget to put it down in the comment box and I would love to address it. Also, stay tuned with me. I'm going to come up with a lot more videos for you guys, which is going to address your concerns about the lockdown. I am going to plan and invite a lot of guests, just like Aarti, who will add a lot of value to our channel. Stay tuned with me. Take care, stay safe, and goodbye.